Today I'd like to share with you my first nosebleed. Story of my first nosebleed, not my actual first nosebleed. That's gross. So I had my first nosebleed about 10 years ago. I was, I think, 17 years old. So if you do the math, that makes me 35, those of you wondering. And I never got them growing up. I never had one when I was little. I remember like kids in my class would have them every now and then. I know my cousin had one once when we were like 5 or 6 years old, and it was a really big deal. And she cried, and I think we might have both cried actually. I don't know. It was this huge thing, and then we went and played mini golf after? Question mark. I don't know. Something with crying and mini golf. Uh, I could be making that whole thing up. I really don't know. Anyway, so I never got them as a kid until this fateful day in 2002 ish. There are two things you need to know for the story. One is just how bad this nosebleed was. So this was a bad nosebleed. It wasn't like a nosebleed, gotta go. It was like pouring out of my face. If I had been in public when it happened, it would have been one of those things where people would be like shouting, like, "All right, keep your head back. Breathe out of your mouth. Pinch here. Just pinch. Keep your head back." So I'm kind of happy it didn't happen in public for that reason. But it was a bad one. And the second piece of information that you need to know is obviously when and where this happened. My first nosebleed happened while I was washing my face. And I know you're probably thinking that's kind of incredibly convenient because you're standing over a sink. It's just going to come out and go right into the sink, and then you can wash it away with the water that's right there. That's a perfect nosebleed situation, Juliet. And you're right, it would have been a perfect nosebleed situation had I known I was getting a nosebleed at the time, which I did not. See, my nosebleed happened after I'd already closed my eyes and had the water running. So I had no idea I was getting a nosebleed. And I continued with the regular face washing process, which basically, if you pictured the motions of it, pretty much catching the blood as it's coming out of my nose, scooping it up and splashing it back onto my face repeatedly. And then reaching for the soap and now getting it all over my arm, just thinking that it's warm water dripping off my face because there's no reason for me to think anything else when my eyes are closed and it's the same temperature. Lathering up the bloody soap with my bloody hands, putting that concoction onto my bloody face, and again, basically, when I'm going like this, just catching the blood as it comes out of my nose and spreading it everywhere over my face. So by the time I was done with this and I opened my eyes, it looked like a scene from The Shining. And I don't know if I'm like a sloppy, reckless face washer or something, but it wasn't like I opened my eyes and there was little blood in the sink. Blood was everywhere. Everything. First of all, I was standing obviously in front of the sink, so I'm in front of the bathroom mirror. So when I first open my eyes, the first thing I see is my own reflection with blood all over my face. Actually, I remember it dripping off my chin. My hands are all bloody. The sink is filled with blood, and it was all splattery. I guess the water that was running like assisted in like splattering it everywhere. My hands were bloody. My arm was bloody. My shirt over here was bloody because I had been upright at this point for a couple seconds. Everything I touched, the soap container was bloody, the handles, everything. It looked like someone was just brutally murdered. And I, of course, had no idea what the just happened. Because 20 seconds ago, everything was fine. And I'd never been so confused in my life. I remember my exact thought process, and I'll probably never forget it, from the second I opened my eyes. My first thought was, I'm not really proud of this. It's not the most intelligent thing I ever thought before in my life. But nevertheless, it was something along the lines of, there's a scary dead person in the mirror. That was the first thing I thought. I think this might have been around when Sixth Sense came out. I'm not really sure. My second thought was, wait, I'm the scary dead person because I recognize my own features. Then my third thought was, oh my god, I'm dead. Followed by, wait, no, I'm not. This is all happening really fast, like within milliseconds of me opening my eyes. And then I was like, okay, I'm dreaming. That was my next thought. I have to be dreaming. This doesn't make sense. Blood everywhere. It looks like, a nightmare. I'm dreaming. And then I kind of felt things out, and I was like, no, I'm not, though. And after about, I guess, maybe 1 or 2 seconds at this point, uh, my thoughts started to get a little more rational. I had abandoned all the theories about any scary dead people, and I basically decided that I was just going to stand there and wait for something to start hurting like crazy because I had to have caught myself on something or injured myself somehow pretty badly, and it happened to just not hurt yet. That's what I figured. So right after I decided to just stand there and just wait for something to start killing me. Um, I felt the top of my mouth, like my upper lip, was really warm, and I felt trickling coming out of my nose. And this is maybe just 3 seconds, 3 or 4 seconds after I opened my eyes. Uh, so of course I was like, nosebleed. And my dad in the other room was like, what? And I was like, nothing. And and then I thanked God that I wasn't losing my mind. And I cried and played mini golf with my cousin. And that is the story of my first ever nosebleed and the last time I ever washed my face. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.